What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. I am SadeShanell. For the ones who don't know, I am a makeup artist in McDonough, Georgia, and this is my first makeup video on my makeup YouTube channel. So I'm super excited to get into this. So as y'all can see, I'm starting out with some Noxzema wipes. So these are anti-blemish pads. I use them because they protect the client's skin underneath the makeup. The worst thing that I feel like can happen to you as a makeup artist is for somebody to come and book with you and their face break out because of your work. That's just something that you don't want on your reputation as a makeup artist. So I always go in with that to make sure their skin is protected underneath the makeup. After that, because my client's skin had been feeling dry around this time, I went in with some Mario facial spray and some Pond's moisturizer. But say she had been feeling like her skin's been pretty oily during this time, then what I would do is I would wipe her skin with the anti-blemish pads, then I would just go in with the primer and continue from there. Or if she said that her skin's been feeling pretty normal, all I would do is wipe her skin and then I would spray her with the facial spray, apply primer, and then continue from there. As you can see right here, I'm making sure I really get that moisturizer underneath the eyes. Even when you don't put the moisturizer on, because let's say your client has dry skin like we talked about, when you put that primer on, make sure you're getting it underneath the eyes. I feel like a lot of people overlook that part, but when you do it, it plays a huge part in making sure that that under eye makeup is as flawless looking as it can get. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, make sure y'all don't forget that part, okay? And don't forget the eyebrows either, or the eyelids. So I'm trying this new thing where I spray matte setting spray on top of all my skin prep before really getting into the face, just to lock in any moisture that may come out throughout the day and help it to look more matte at the end of the finished look, and also to keep the look long lasting so that it can be dry all day and last all day. After that, I'm going in with my Dermablend translucent loose powder. I really love this stuff, y'all, because yes, it's white. That's the main reason why I like it, because I don't have to buy all these different type of color pressed powders when I could just buy this one color pressed powder and it can go for every skin tone and it don't leave a white cast. I love that. It's gonna mattify your face and it's not gonna leave a white cast. That's my whole thing. And I'm saving money because I ain't gotta buy all these different colors. Like, I appreciate it. I love this stuff so much. If you don't have it in your kit, I say go get you some, boo. But next, I'm going in with my Dual Lash Glue. This is the one that's in the white and green box. This is the one with the brush and it's white. I'm putting that on her brows to really slick those brows down. It's going to make those hairs lay down to the skin, and that's what I need to do. And it's going to stay in place. I used to use e.l.f. brow gel, but it's more like e.l.f. brow gel gives it more like a greasy kind of thing, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It don't even really keep it in place like I would like it to, unless you're using like a gang of it, and that really goes against what I need because I want it to be dry and just stiff. That's it. So I use the dual glue. Then after I do that, I go in with some more pressed powder to dry up any oils, to dry up any slipperiness, any moisture, so that when I put this pomade on there, it's gonna be as pigmented as it's supposed to be, which is what I want. So here you can see I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade to line out my brows. I like to outline my brows first, fill them in, and then create my hair-like strokes in the front of the brow. To clean up the top of the brow, I'm going in with my client's foundation color just to make sure the brows are snatched.
If I had it my way, you would know that you are. You're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're my sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself to me? Give it all. I just wanna see. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow. No matter how far. If life is a movie, oh, you're the best.
To clean up the bottom of the brow, I'm going in with a concealer that's about 3 or 4 shades lighter than my client, just to make sure that it gives like that glam element. Like, it's certain things you do when you're doing makeup that gives your look that glam element, and using a concealer that's about 3 to 4 shades lighter right underneath the brow is just one of them. So not only am I cleaning up her eyebrow, I'm also going to use that concealer to prep her eyelids for the eyeshadow. I'll use it for like a base so that the eyeshadow can be as pigmented as it needs to be. Here I'm going in with some orange pigment to color correct and balance out those dark spots so that when I go on top of those areas with a concealer or even foundation, it will match the concealer color or the foundation color instead of that dark area coming through the product and making it look like it's a different color than what I was intending it to be. If you want to get that filter look, that glam look, color correcting is going to be your best friend because it's going to make sure that everything is looking how it's supposed to. Before I blend out that foundation, I'm spraying it so that I can rehydrate it and make it easier for it to blend out. And also, once it is blended out, it'll be set because I hit it with the setting spray. When it comes to blending out foundation, I love using the pat and sweep technique. Like, it's gonna make sure it's flawless and it's giving that skin like finish. Okay, so now it's eyeshadow time, and I'm going into my Juvia's Place bronzer duo palette. This one is called Deep Dark, and we're gonna be doing like a brown smoky look. I want to point out that while I'm putting this on there, while I'm packing it on there, I'm avoiding the light part on her brow bone. So that's the part that I was telling y'all about earlier, with that element that makes the face look like it's look real glam. Make sure you avoid that part. The way that I avoid it is I go from the corner of the eye. To like the beginning of the eyebrow. So it's kind of like a C shape from one end to the other, to the bottom corner of the eye to the beginning of the brow. Here, I'm going to be taking my pressed powder to highlight that brow bone with a lighter shade that matches it. I used to have problems doing eyeliner. I used to hate it because it was just so hard, so tedious for me. But I found out that what works for me is I like to do the line on the eye first. I like to draw that line, and then I'll ask my client to open their eyes and draw the wing. Just draw one line for the wing, and then I'll have them close their eyes again, and then connect the wing to the baseline that I already put down. You'll see how I do it. Also, I'm using my Revlon Color Stay Liquid Eyeliner. The Black is Black, that's what it's called. I love this stuff because it turns matte, and it took me a long time to find the perfect matte black eyeliner. But when I ran across this one, I'm like, okay, yeah, I found the one. So now this is the only one that I have. Also, make sure that you're paying attention when you buy it. You gotta make sure you get the one that stays skinny, because if you don't get the one that stays skinny, you're gonna get the felt tip that's more thicker and shorter. I like the one that's thin and long. Off camera, I went in with my black Inglot gel liner and a lip line to line her waterline. So here I'm going to be going in with some concealer that's 3 to 4 shades lighter than her foundation color. I'll be putting it on her chin, her nose, underneath her nose, on the sides of her nose, underneath her eyes, And I'll be using it to clean up her eyeliner too.
I need to hold the corner, and there's no one time it. I need to, 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 I need to.
Here I'm going in with my black opal foundation stick as a contour. And the reason why I like to use their contours, their foundation stick, is because it's super creamy and it's super easy to blend out. They got a whole gang of colors that you can use and you can find and you can match to all of your clients. So that's why I love it. I love this stuff down for my cream contour. Also, my contour is always about 2 to 3 shades darker than the client's foundation color. Nobody told me about the powder puff, y'all. Nobody told me how smooth it blend out your concealer. Like, for a long time, I've been had my powder puffs for my hand guard when I'd be doing their eyebrows or doing something and my hand will slightly lean on my client's face. I would have my powder puff on my pinky for that reason, or to even apply powder, but I did not know I could use it to blend out my concealer. And child, it be blending, it be looking so smooth and so flawless. So now that's what I use.
Sometimes you love too hard, sometimes you go too far. I won't want you if you need me. Real things do not come easy, no. Never been your average girl, so take time with me, take time. Maybe talk to me with some action. We could find a place for your action. Cool down, simmer, cool now, please. We cool down, simmer, cool down, love. Cool down, simmer, cool now, please. We cool down, simmer, cool down, love. Cool down, simmer, cool now, please. We cool down, simmer, cool down, love. You don't wanna fall too hard. You're falling, but you don't wanna fall apart. 'Cause it might break if I give you my heart and you hold on too hard. Cool down, simmer, cool now, please. We cool down, simmer, cool down, love. Cool down, simmer, cool now, please. We cool down, simmer, simmer. Boy, you make it too hard for me to stay here. Boy, you're making it hard for me to be your love.
Doing a nose contour is one of my favorite parts of the process. Like, I feel like it brings everything together. I always tell people when you do it, make sure it's like an open wide, and then make sure that you blend out the sides when you get it perfected, like I'm doing right here. Right here, I'm about to start setting and baking. Y'all make sure y'all get all around that mouth. Get everywhere you put that concealer at. And before you go under your under eyes, make sure you blend out any creases that you see. Because if you set those creases, you can let it go. But make sure you go and blend out any creases that you see before you put that powder on top of it. Okay? But yeah, so I'm just going over it. I'm setting the concealer and I'm also baking. I'm leaving excess powder on top of it to continue to really set that cream. So I'm about to go in with my powder blush and my big fluffy brush and really put that, really put that on there, because blush goes away really soon. And by the time you're done with your look, it'll already be kind of faded a little bit. So you really want to put a lot on there, but not too much where she look like a clown, where your client looks like a clown. But I used to use liquid blush, but I just changed to powder because I'm like, powder is faster. Like when I do the liquid, I gotta set it with powder blush anyway. So why don't I just do powder blush? It gets the same look. It gets the same thing done. It just saves time. So I'm like, sure, yeah, let's do it. Then I snatched up that nose with my contour. I'm going over my contour with my Juvia's Place powder. I think this is the 10. I'm just going over everywhere I contour and really setting my contour. Now I'm about to start on her lips. So before I even get into the lips, I went ahead and set the lips. Why did I set the lips? Because when you set the lips, the products are there longer. They're more long lasting. And the products are more pigmented. So it's kind of the same concept as when we did the brows, when we set the brows. It's so that everything can be more pigmented and more long lasting. But I'm using an eyeshadow to line her lips, y'all. I'm using my Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette. Then I'm going in with my SadeShanell Cosmetics Flush Matte Liquid Lipstick. It's so pretty, and it always give me that pink nude look that I'm always looking for. For a long time, I have been having trouble finding that perfect nude pink, and I was like, I might as well just make my own, like, because I know the exact look that I'm looking for, so I might as well just make it, because I know what it look like. I know what I'm looking for, so I just made it, and boom. Yeah, it looked good every time. So if you haven't got it, I think you should go ahead and add that to your cart, boo. Yeah. So I used the brush to blend out my liquid lipstick and blend it with the liner. And then I went back in with the eyeshadow to further line the lips more for any places that I put too much liquid lipstick. Then after that, I added a little bit of white to make those lips pop. I like to use my P. Louise. It's a cream base called Rumor Zero. So yeah, go get y'all some of that too, because yeah, that's gonna always do it. So now, before I put the gloss on the lips, I'm going underneath the eyes with a brown eyeshadow just to blend out that waterline with the black liner that's already there. Y'all remember those elements I was telling y'all about that gives the look, the celebrity look, the glam look? Yes, that's one of the elements. You want to make sure that you have that there. So it's the under eye, it's the nose, it's the eyebrows, it's the highlight underneath the eyebrows, it's the lips, it's everything. So now I'm going in with a pressed powder that matches her foundation color, and I'm dusting away all that powder that I put underneath her cheekbone to make sure it was sharp, and I'm just putting it there. I'm putting it over the contour as well, just to make it look more like a filter. It can give like a blurred look. You really want it to get that blurred filter like look, so that's why I like to use the pressed powder. I'm also going to use that same color pressed powder to dust away the powder on her forehead, her nose, and her chin. But you'll see that I switched the pressed powder to a lighter shade of pressed powder to go underneath her eyes. Why? Because I want her under eyes to be lighter than her forehead and her chin and all the other areas. So that's why I switched the color to a lighter shade so that it can be a bright under eye. I'm going back in with my powder contour and I'm just reinforcing it, snatching her nose again, and just making sure that her features are still snatched and aren't too faded because of the pressed powder. Now I'm going in with my SadeShanell liquid lip balm for the lips and adding that shine to it. I'm adding my little sparkles. This is a highlighter from Makeup by Mario, and I think this highlighter is called Crystal. It's really pretty. It's like white, like glitter, like shimmer type of thing. The reason why I like this highlight is because it only shines when light is on it. Like, it doesn't just sit there and just be bright for no reason. After that, I'm going in with my Cookie by Benefits highlighter and just getting my nose and underneath my brows. Then I'm setting with my CT setting spray and my NYX matte setting spray. We're pretty much done here, but I'm going back in with my contour to reinforce all my contour areas because I'm big on having dimension with my face. So I'm going to keep applying my contour as many times as I need to, just to make sure it's blended, make sure it's noticeable, and make sure the face isn't flat. Also to make sure that it's seamlessly blended into the neck. So that's what I'm doing here. But other than that, this look is complete. And we're all done. I'm going to talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.